Assalamu alaikum. So in this video, we'll solve together exercise 4 of the final exam of math. So final math 1 for the year 2021. So in this exercise about the functions, the first question is to find the inverse of the function h inverse. So the idea is to replace hx, the output, by y, and then try to isolate x, solve for x. Solve for x, isolate x, and write it in terms of y. So here the idea is to multiply both sides by 2x minus 1. We get 2xy, so we expand, minus y equals, and here we simplify, 2x. Then we collect all x's in the same side, 2xy minus 2x, and terms without x to the right side equals y. We factor. So we have 2x as a common factor. Here it remains y minus 1 equals y. And finally, x equals y over 2. And this term times y minus 1. So finally, the inverse function of h inverse, it's not f here, is you replace y by x over 2 times x minus 1, and we are done. Question B. So sketch the graph of this function. So here we have, so I'll write it here, minus f of x minus 1 plus 3. So we have 3 transformations here. These transformations are, so this minus means we have reflection, minus outside of the function, so with respect to the x-axis. We have this minus 1 inside, so this is shifting to the right 1 unit. And finally, this plus 3 outside is shifting up 3 units. So the question is, what is the order of this transformation? For transformation, we'll start with horizontal shifting, it's minus 1, then the reflection, and finally the vertical shifting comes always other end. So the first transformation is shifting right 1 unit, and we sketch it. So this point comes here, this point comes here, this point comes here, and we get this absolute value. Absolute value. Okay, then The second transformation is a reflection with respect to x-axis. Let's move the plane. So reflection, this point is -1, 3. When you do reflection with respect to the x-axis, you will get -1, -3. This point is 0, 5. When you do the reflection, you will have 0, -5. This point is -2, 5. Reflection is -2, -5. Well, this is enough since it's straight. So you get straight. And finally, shifting up 3 units, shifting up 3 units. So the point -1, -3 is here, shifting up, -1, 0. The point 0, -5 is here, 0, -2. The point -2, -5 is here, -2, -2. Finally, this is the graph that we need. This is the graph of y equal f minus f of x minus 1 plus everything. Last question of this exercise about the graph of the inverse, G inverse, the graph of the inverse function. So we have the function G, and to sketch the graph of the inverse function of G, knowing G in the same graph, well, now we have a reflection with respect to the line y equal x. So we choose points. For example, this point is -1, 0. When we on the graph of G, so the corresponding point on the graph of G inverse, we switch x and y. So the input for G is the output for G inverse, and the output for G is the input of the G inverse. So we get the point. So sorry, this is the point 0, -1. Sticker. Also, and so on G, and its reflection is the point -1, 0. So this is the point 1, 0. Its reflection is the point 0, 1. This point on the line belongs to the two graphs. So هنا جزء هذا راح يكون okay. What about this point? This point -1, -2 is here -2, -1. Okay, this point -1.6 -5 is here, -5 -1.6. So the graph will be like this. This is an idea of the graph of y equals G inverse of this. And this is exercise